Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with Brecher Trading. Night of the Quadruple Witching. I love the Wild Wild West themes. My best friend in Alabama, we used to watch this when we were like 10 years old. I still watch them. This is the Brecher Trading Free Friday video for March 16th, all about quadruple witching. If I sound hoarse, that's because I've been on for 4 hours today. It's pretty exciting, all the things we saw. So just to let you know, what we were talking about, I was the only one on Twitter, go and check it out, that was warning this week about the rebalancing. Basically what happens is that stocks that bought back a lot of stock during the quarter, and as you know, the ESs sold off, that there were a record amount of buybacks this quarter. That meant they had to be rebalanced and sold for the S&P the way it rebalances its indexes on the third Friday of the month. If you go to the S&P site, they say the reason they use quadruple witching, it's the most liquid day of the quarter. And that's why they do it that day as well. As you see in here, there were some wild moves, but unfortunately, most of them were at the very end of the day. Luckily, some of us were short Apple. A lot of us did well in Wells Fargo, really well in Wells Fargo. There was somebody in here bought a 30 lot of the 56.5 call puts, and at least doubled their money. So that was pretty exciting in here. So just to let you know, this free video, I have to give some promotion to my site. Brecher Trading. I've been trading for 37 years, was on the floor for 8 years on the CBOE. If you join our site, you get the premium for $97 a month. Includes the nightly videos, more in depth than what you're hearing now, but similar. If you're not here all week, you have the weekend swing trade videos. We've been doing great on those. We had one was about discretionary, consumer discretionary stocks, shorting those. That worked great. We were talking about buying the stocks that are in the security software like FireEye and PANW. That worked well. We have morning ideas and charts. Every morning I pump out at least 5 index charts and 5 stock ideas. Many of them have just been home runs this week. We have a very active forum where you can ask me questions in there or to other clients. And we have Learning Center videos. But the biggest thing in here is the real-time chat. And that's when I'm on in the morning for at least an hour. And the third Friday of the month, I do a special 3-hour trade the close. So just keep that in mind in here. But I want to show you that right now we have a $5 trial for 10 days where you could try the premium. But this is what it includes. The videos. And I love to show what they look like because I work really hard on these. You have the nightly videos, the swing trade videos, and the learning videos. Learning videos, I have all about stop orders. Then the chat room has been so popular, I've been doing archives of the chat room replay. Everybody seems to love those in here. ATR trailing stop, MACD. A lot of other sites charge a lot of money for this. Once you're a premium member, you get to access all of these. Very exciting in here. Like I said, the chat, very exciting. Morning ideas. This is what the charts look like. Every morning. You pump up the ESs. JP Morgan, LFIN. I'm telling you, these things have worked pretty well. So luckily, I'm really happy on how those have worked. So getting back to it about the market in here. So what do I see with the market? First thing you have to know is how we knew what to trade today. And the first thing I want to show you, I want to give you a little taste of how we learn. It's number one, like Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has stock to sell today because they have a massive buyback. On top of that, they have a weak daily chart. And they came out with rotten news today that they're going to expand the scope of the investigation of their divisions. Well, the stock sold off on that. But the key is a lot of times what we trade is the consolidation. And we trade the break of the consolidation. So maybe we don't hit the exact top, but on expiration, you don't have to. So what happened is when the stock consolidated right here, there were a number of people buying the 56.5 puts. On expiration day, they have very little premium. So just keep that in mind. That's how we do this. And as you see, they were buying them at 22 cents and they closed at 63 cents. That's 200%. So very exciting in there how that worked. But the other thing is showing intraday relative strength and weakness. Now, what do I mean by that? I trade Apple all the time. Go and put in a 1-minute chart of the ESs today, notwithstanding the last trade of the ESs. So we're going to take right here between 1500 and 1540. You see on how it was making higher highs. On the other hand, Apple, which also has been buying a lot of stock back, I thought was going to be rebalanced. But I like to combine it with other factors. As you see at 1515, when the ESs on the left slowly went up, Apple wouldn't go up. So we shorted right here. Now, I love putting in stop orders. Like I said, I have a learning video on that. So we shorted right here. We put in a stop above these candles. Right. In fact, I actually put in my stop up here at the top of these candles just in case. So I shorted it right there, and then I put in to buy stock. One cancels the other. So either I get stopped or I buy the stock. And we bought the stock around 178. So that's a good 50 cents in about 10 minutes. So that worked really well. So Wells Fargo worked well. And a number of these stocks worked well. The next thing I'm going to be watching next week is something else I posted. I posted about Google having an hourly bearish flag. A lot of people laughed at that because, that Google had a bearish flag. Go and check that out, and so far, so good. If I'm right, Amazon also has a bear flag on an hourly chart. Tiny one, not as easy to see, but they're there. So I'm going to be watching those carefully next week. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is just a taste of what you get in the more in-depth on the premium side, and I hope you can take us up on our $5 trial. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later.